ich suche euch von Lezunis, wer es wird wollen teuer, soll noch brennen auf dem Feuer. Kauft Idelech, kauft Schatschkes, Mesises, Zitzes, verschiedene Sachen, kauft. A Kopeke, a Mitzvah, Kopeke, kauft. Kauft Idelech, kauft. Ui, weiß mir, ui, setit weide Plätze. Ui, setit das weide Plätze. Ui, so hat sich alles schiege gechappet, also. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is Hotzmach. Hotzmach, the peddler, the Tselnik, in the beloved Goldfaden operetta, Kishafmachen, the sorceress, the witch, the Baba Yachna. As you see, you can say things a million ways in Yiddish. And the year was 1977 when I played that role right here at City University under the direction of the beloved Miriam Crescent, may God rest her soul. She was always a very beautiful person inside and outside. But tonight is a very special evening. I'm Jeff Weisenfeld, a member of the board of the Folksbiene Yiddish Theater and a trustee of this great college and of this great university, City University. And I had the privilege of working for our great governor, who is our host tonight, Governor George Pataki. But actually, his mishpucha comes from Aranyo Shapati, near Debrecen, so perhaps Heister Gershon Pataki. And I'd like to ask all of you to join me in welcoming our partnering hosts for this evening. And they'll all come out to greet you briefly. The esteemed Chancellor of the City University of New York, Matt Goldstein. The President of this great college, Hunter College, Jennifer Robb. And representing the Jewish Heritage Project of the Jewish Community Relations Council of New York, Howard Teach. And Jewish Heritage is also staffed by Judith Shapiro, who is with him.
Jeff Weisenfeld, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is a great day in the city when we celebrate Jewish Heritage Month. It's a great day for Hunter College, and it's always wonderful to be with our very distinguished president of Hunter College, who's doing an absolutely extraordinary job, Jennifer Robb. Jennifer, it's always good to be with you. Governor Pataki has not arrived yet, but we owe him a debt of great gratitude. He's been an extraordinary governor and a wonderful friend to this great university. Judith Shapiro and Henry Teich, our co-hosts, along with President Robb, it's always wonderful to see you as well. I grew up on the Lower East Side on 7th Street between Avenues C and D, and I remember my father. Oh, I remember you. You had a pushcart on 2nd Avenue. I remember my father talking to me about Menashe Skolnick. There was this wonderful name. I never had the privilege of meeting him, but I do know for those that lived in the community, the enticing illusion created by theater had a special meaning. In the Jewish theaters, the immigrants, and so many of us were immigrants, were able to revel in a nostalgia for the home country, while the theater provided them with a feeling of belonging in this new land. And moreover, the Jewish theater was this symbolic culmination of Jewish strivings towards artistic maturity, towards participation in the mainstream of world drama. The Yiddish theater, the youngest theater in the world, became in its brief existence the important bridge between new European theater art forms and the American theater. And much of what we owe in our great culture today is about the pathos, the sadness, the laughter, the solace that the Yiddish theater gave to all of those citizens who lived in the community in which I lived. It was a sense of relief and a sense I'm not alone here. So we owe so much to the great people who devoted their artistic life to this great art form. Thank you so much for being here tonight. It's going to be a great night, and I'm just so delighted by this crowd. Thank you so much.
Good evening. I have one thing to say, and that's oy vey. What a week we've had here at Hunter. First, President Clinton just Monday stood on the stage, and now Governor Pataki. I can hardly stand it. We've had two of the city's biggest mensches on campus with us within 3 days. We're just feeling here that Governor Pataki chose to celebrate 100 years of the Yiddish theater at Hunter College. My own knowledge of Yiddish is limited since my parents used it in the home to make sure that we didn't understand what they were saying. And my mom's here tonight to testify that. But Governor Pataki, JCRC, and all of you here today, you bring us great nachas by allowing us to host the annual Jewish Heritage event. The Yiddish Theater and Hunter College grew up together. At its beginnings, the Yiddish Theater gave Jewish immigrants entree into the society and culture of the New World through music and merriment. Further uptown, when it opened its doors in 1870, the Normal College, later to be called Hunter, gave opportunity and access to a better life through education. 100 years ago, the same families that were flocking to the Yiddish theaters on 2nd Avenue were sending their daughters to our campus to make their way in the land of opportunity. And over the decades, the Yiddish culture was kept alive by courses at Hunter. It looks like our own trustee, Jeff Weisenfeld, may have been inspired by taking the class here called The Clown Motif in Yiddish Literature. In any case, tonight we're all at Hunter for a crash course in Yiddish theater, so it's on with the show. As they say, from Dein Moil to Guts Ohren, from your mouth to God's ears, let Yiddish theater live another 100 years.
Hi, I'm Howard Teach, co-chair of Jewish Heritage New York 2002. I'm here with my co-chair, Judith Shapiro. And on behalf of Jewish Heritage New York 2002, on behalf of JCRC President Ezra Levin, Executive Vice President Michael Miller, and Project Director Marcy Fishman, I would like to welcome you to this incredible tribute to Yiddish theater in America. Jewish Heritage New York 2002 is a project of the Jewish Community Relations Council, which is a beneficiary of the UJA Federation of New York. It's a celebration of the extraordinary history, people, and culture of our Jewish community in New York to encourage pride and recognition in our great undertakings and achievements. It could easily be said in the whole entire history of our Jewish people that New York is one of the greatest centers, and we should all be proud of that. We should also be proud, particularly with the difficulties we're now facing in Israel, that the New York community has taken its part over the years to stand up for Israel, and I think we all feel the same way now. Tonight's event is really amazing, and it's a result of a long-year effort. It's been our honor and pleasure to co-sponsor this special evening with the governor, the Folksbiene Theater, a new treasure for the New York Jewish community. We're also grateful to Hunter College and its president, Jennifer Robb, and all the participants in the program for helping us share this important part of our heritage, Yiddish theater, with so many of you tonight. It's amazing how many came out, and we're thrilled. I want you to know also that the number of people involved in putting this together, and you're going to hear a number of names, but they all deserve it for their work. Zalman Melodic, Eleanor Risa, Lisa Kirsch, Jennifer Gandin, Julia Parness, Herb Berman, Greg Menken, Kevin Dempsey. You can clap through it, I'll talk over it. Larissa Estoyoya, Dean Michael Escott, Deborah Molesky, Amanda Pittman, Judah Engelmeyer of Rubenstein Associates, and who we just saw, the inimitable Jeff Weisenfeld, who really gave his time, his heart, and his soul to this project, and a special thank you to Jonathan Greenspun for its early beginnings. It's been an amazing group, and I'd ask you now, and it's really getting ready for later, because I was hoping the governor would be here right now, but what you're going to do right now, when he walks on stage, I want you to replicate. So this is like a warm-up. I want you to stand up right now, if you would, and prepare yourself for the enormous round of applause and cheers you're going to give him when he comes in. For there's one person in this room who's not here yet that we not only want to thank for this event, but also for his unwavering support of our Jewish community in New York and his 110% commitment to Israel. That's the governor of New York State, Governor George Pataki. We thank you all for being here and enjoy the show.
The Bench America, H-E-Y-M. This is C. Let's go.
Now I'm going to teach it to you in Yiddish.
This God blend.
Bench America, Land vos ich lieb.
God bless America. God bless it.
Chase by magic Zayir, Iberal like a yak.
Beautiful, beautiful job, beautiful. Thank you
you.
so much. Could you all help me out for a minute? Would you mind? We're doing a benefit.
You want us to sing?
Yeah.
Or you can sing.
You can talk. You can talk. You don't have to.
No.
Come on. No, just say it. Just say the words with it. I'll sing a line, and then I'll take a pause, then you sing right after me, okay? Here we go. Nem mich mit zu der Ball game. Your turn. Nem mich mit zu der Ball game. Beautiful, beautiful. Wait. Don't leave me. Don't leave me now. Don't leave me now. Okay, here we go. Nem. Zum Eulen lo mir doch gehen. Kauf mir den Nislech.
Kauf mir den Nislech.
Und Cracker Jack. What's Cracker Jack?
Cracker Jack, huh?
What is Cracker Jack?
Cracker Jack is this one.
What? I'm sorry, next page. There you go.
Get it up.
What do you mean? You mean like a jackhammer?
Yeah.
That's what a Cracker Jack
Yeah.
is? Thank you, I didn't know. Well, let's get on. Will ich kein Mul von dort nicht da weg, geht sie Mut. Spieler, es Spaß. Keep going, pal.
Es Spaß, Spiel.
Give it to him. Beautiful.
Just a little bit of Yiddish, and it'll make you feel better.
Take care. No special diet, 1 to 2 Yiddish songs a day, and give them a little shot of that muscle one more time. Thank you very much. Maybe a matzo ball. First of all, I want to thank you for being with us today. We've had a great time doing this. I particularly want to thank Zalman and Risa for asking me to be in the benefit. I am so sorry. At the time I said yes, I had no idea I'd be making this movie in Vancouver. I unfortunately wasn't able to get free. I had a few days off in New York to come visit my family, so we did this, and we hope you enjoyed it. I particularly, though, want to say thank you to Zalman and Zalman's parents, Chana and Yossel Malatek, to Moshe Rosenfeld, to Seymour Rechtzeit. These are people who taught me Yiddish. They coached me every day. They brought me along and gave me maybe one of the greatest gifts I've ever received in my life. I love this language. It is the most enigmatic thing I've ever experienced because it is not a language I grew up with, and yet it speaks to every pore and every cell in my body. I wish you everything for keeping this language alive. We must never stop. We must never stop giving, but most important, we must never stop teaching. And I thank you. I send you all my love, and keep learning Yiddish.
Ladies and gentlemen, liebe Gäste, Chushever Gubernator, Yiddish radio and recording artist, President of the Hebrew Actors Union, the one, the only, Mr. Seymour Rechtzeit.
There's no business like show business, Watchman, look, says nicht ei. Jeder kriegt sich aus schlechte Zeiten, als Theater ist ein Invalid. Nur ich will mein Professor nicht verweiten, ihr Chef jetzt will bin ein Lied.
Broadway star, winner of the Kinar David Prize, Israel's Oscar, featured in the acclaimed documentary The Comediant, direct from California, our very own Mike Burstyn.
Heint es dus Theater ledig ist vermacht, morgen tanzt men dort in men Lach, men patscht in die nächste bis halbe Nacht. Oh, dus stell ich euch vor, das Leben finde Matjo.
And from the cast of the Folksbiene family show Kids in Yiddish, Avram Lotek.
There's no business like show business, Watchman sagt, s'is nicht ei. Jeder klugt sich aus die schlechte Zeiten, als Theater ist ein Invalid. Nur ich will mein Profession nicht verbeiden, ich schwör euch jetzt wie, ich bin ein Jid. Weil wir machen die Welt lachen, Watchman Geld machen wir nicht. Ein ist das Theater ledig ist vermacht, und morgen tanzt man dort in men Lach. Men passt in den nächsten bis halbe Nacht, und du stell ich euch vor, das Leben findet
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished Broadway, Hollywood, and television star, the one and only, oh, do we love him, this evening's master of ceremonies, Mr. Eli Wallach.
When I was a little boy, my father took me to the Yiddish theater. The hero, engaged to marry the very, very rich girl, was summoned to go off to war. The poor girl, who really loved him, stood on the side when he left. He came back after the war this way. And the rich girl said, I don't want to have anything to do with him. He's not full. He's not full. He's missing something. And the poor girl said, I'll marry him. I don't care. And he went, ha! That was my introduction to the Yiddish theater. I'm delighted to be a part of this important and exciting event. Oh my God, I've got a musical accompaniment. The Yiddish theater is one of the most creative expressions of modern Jewish life. It came to America over a century ago as vagabond actors follow the millions that migrated to the Golden Medina. Few popular art forms have evoked as much laughter and tears and given comfort to an immigrant generation. American Yiddish theater produced popular stars, matinee idols and theater troupes that ran the gamut from Schund to great artistic heights. The names have become legendary. Boris Tomaszewski, David Kessler, Jacob Adler, Celia Adler, Maurice Schwartz and his Yiddish Art Theater, great comedians, Menashe Skolnick and Molly Picon, the Artef Theater of the 30s, and the Folksbiene Yiddish Theater, the institution that we honor tonight as the oldest, only continuously producing Yiddish theater in the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure and it is an honor for me to introduce the next speaker, the man who has made this event possible, the Honorable Governor of the State of New York, George S. Pataki. You're getting tall.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's great to be here with you tonight as we celebrate 100 years of Yiddish theater, and we do have a program, and I will be giving some more formal remarks later on, or informal. I'll be talking more later on. But right now, we have to divert from the program a little bit to present one of the Lifetime Achievement Awards. And it's because one of our recipients tonight has to get to work. He is filming a movie, and they are shooting tonight. But I just want to call out right now to accept a Lifetime Achievement Award in Performance, and I'll say a few words when he gets out here. Kirk Douglas. How can you beat this guy? You all know the magnificent career Kirk has had. Probably most of you don't know that he's a native upstate New Yorker, and he still has a lot of family in the capital region. So Kirk, it's great to have you back in the state that you love and where we love you. He has received Oscars. I can't recount the number of wonderful movies I saw where he was starring, and as was always the case, he played those roles with courage and integrity. He's done 85 movies in 85 years. Not enough. And he has to leave now to go off filming his next movie, which is going to have 3 generations of Douglases, including his son Michael and his grandson Cameron. So on behalf of a grateful people, Kirk, God bless you, and I now present you with this Lifetime Achievement Award in the Performing Arts.
You want to say a few words here? Thank you.
You know, the advantage of having a stroke is that if they understand half of what you say, you're a success. As the governor told you, I'm here in New York making a movie with my son and grandson. Yeah. My son Michael is also the producer of the picture, and he insisted that the movie be made in New York after 9/11. I'm happy to be here, especially when I saw my friend Eli Wallach. We have been together since we did Tough Guys with Burt Lancaster a few years ago. You know, when I first came to New York after college, I wanted to be an actor. And I thought, well, maybe I would go down to the Jewish theater and maybe I could get a job. So I went there and applied for the job, and they say, when we need a part of a Nazi soldier, we'll call you. But you know, my Yiddish has deteriorated through the years. When I first was bar mitzvah, I gave a speech in Yiddish. Then, when I was 83 years old, I had a second bar mitzvah, but then I gave a speech in English. But in each speech, I promised to be a good boy. And I'm still working on it. And of course, I got a lot of fountain pen. You see, the Yiddish language, a mixture of many languages, is fascinating. You know, it will never die because each year Yiddish words are added to an English dictionary. You know, Mensch, Mishpoche, Ganef, and so many other words. So I love to hear it when it's spoken so beautifully. There are many actors Eddie Robinson, Orson Massau, Danny Kaye, who spoke Yiddish perfectly. And Danny Kaye used to sing Gilbert and Sullivan with Yiddish. Wonderful. So one day he said, now Kirk, you have to sing a song. So he insisted, and this is the song that I tried to sing with my bad voice and my bad Yiddish. Mein Yiddish Mädel, sie ist das sehr schön. Mein Yiddish Mädel, von mein Yiddish Heim, ihr eigen wie Sterlech, ihr Zähne wie Perlech, aber Yiddish Mädel kann sein, dass sie schön.
Ladies and gentlemen, direct from Israel, star of Les Mis on Broadway, internationally renowned singing sensation, Judy Fisher.
Mamele, Mamele, mit Liebschaft will ich riefen dich, Mamele, Augen mit, schwach deine Hand, a golden Herz hast du, was jedes Kind versteht. Ich gedenk, wie die pflegst mich beruhigen, a Kind von 3 Jahr bloß, ich darf dich sehen. Wie die pflegst mich setzen, demals auf dein Scheuß, mit a Kisch abgewischt, jeden Träger, a Briefe der Mame. Sollst du nicht versammeln, schreib geschwind, liebes Kind, schenkst dir die Nechome, die Mame wird ein Brief alle lesen, sie wird genesen, heilst ihr Herz, ihr bitter Schmerz, der quiekt ihr die Neshome, oi Mame, bin ich verliebt. Ei Mame, bin ich verliebt. A süßer Bocher, Mame, Getreier liegt mir nur in Sinn. Ich wein und lach und weiß nicht allein, in was für eine Welt ich bin. Oi, oi, Mame, bin ich verliebt. Oi, Mame, bin ich verliebt. Ein Bante, was dann geht, der Barrette, die zu dir. Oi, Mama, 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 Mama. Solo per te la mia canzone volle. Salmen. I'm singing about the Yiddish Mame. Was hast du mit der Verblongen mit der italienische Mame? Take away the spaghetti. Gib mir zurück die Lokschen. Die Lokschen von der jüdischen Mame. Ich will bei euch a Kasche fragen, sagt mir, wer es kennt. Mit welcher Teile Vermögens bencht Gott alle Menschen. Man kauft es nicht für keine Geld, das gibt man nur umsist. Und doch als man verliert man, wie viel Tränen man vergisst. A zweite gibt man keinem nicht, es hilft nicht kein Gewinn. Wer es hat verloren, der weiß schon was ich mein. Mein jüdische Mame, nicht doch kein Besser auf der Welt. Mein jüdische Mame, oi weh wie bitter, wenn sie fällt. Wie schön und lichtig ist in Haus, wenn die Mame ist da. Wie treurig finster wird, wenn Gott nimmt ihr auf Eulam Abo. In Wasser, in Feuer, wollt sie gelaufen vor ihr Kind. Nicht halten ihr Teil, das ist gewiss die größte Sieg. Oi, wie glücklich und reich ist der Mensch, was hat, als a schöne Matune geschenkt von Gott. Nur an altitschke, jüdische Mama. Mama, 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 mama,
I have one secret. Thank you, Judy Fisher. I have one secret to tell you. I spent 7 weeks trying to kill Kirk Douglas and Burt Lancaster in Tough Guys. A new punim on the Yiddish scene. Beauty and a voice to match, all wrapped up in one package. She will be featured in the Folksbiene's exciting presentation of Goldfaden operettas on May 20th. Nell Snyders.
Die hast verblonschet von Weg, kehr sich zurück, da liegt dein Glück, unglücklicher Mann. Unglücklicher, ob mein stark Liebe kann sein, Leichheit von dir, komm dann mit mir. Mein Herz will ich geben zu dir. Mein Herz geb ich zu dir, Gott, ich weiß bis nicht kein Gewirr. Ich weiß bis nicht kein Gewirr.
from one of the most prominent Yiddish theater families, both stars in their own right, our very own Mike Burstyn and Lillian Lux.
Schön wie die Levone, en lichtig wie die Sterne, fin Himmel am Matone, bist du mir zugeschickt.
Ein Glück hab ich gefunden, wenn ich hab dir gewinnen. Du scheinst wie 1000 Sinnen, die aus mein Herz beglückt.
Deine Zähndelach weiß wie Perlach in deine schöne Augen.
Deine Händelach, deine Herrlach, hast nicht sie gezeugt.
Schön wie die Levone, lichtig wie die Sterne, fin Himmel am Matone, bist du mir zugeschickt. Schön wie die Levone, lichtig wie die Sterne, fin Himmel am Matone, bist du mir zugeschickt. Mein Glück hab ich gefunden, wenn ich hab dich gewinnen. Die scheinst wie 1000 Sinnen, die aus mein Herz beglückt. Deine Zähndelach weiß wie Perlach in deine schöne Augen.
Deine Händelach, deine Herrlach, hast nicht sie gezeugt.
Schön wie die Levone, lichtig wie die Sterne, fin Himmel am Matone, bist du mir zugeschickt.
Mike says, for those who don't know, that was my mother. Obie recognized stars of the Yiddish theater, actresses who have worked in film with Woody Allen, Robert De Niro, Barry Levinson, the most beautiful blondes in the Yiddish theater today, Minna Byrne and Schiffer Lehrer.
Grazie, sehr elegant, sehr schick. Nicht 50, nicht 60, nicht 70, nein. Wir sehen noch zu klar. Ihr kennt alle sehen, wir sehen die schönsten 2 Damen. Wir kennen verdrehen Akko, charmante wir sehen, alles wir kennen. Die jüngste 2 Damen verstaut, ja, die jüngste 2 Damen verstaut, hopp, hopp! Mina, sag, wie lang kennen wir sich schon?
Wir beide?
Ja.
Wie lang wir kennen sie?
Ja? Wir kennen sie. Uwa! Was sag? Was uwa? Wie viel Jahre sind wir befreundet?
Noch mehr.
Wie viel Jahre, Mina? Wie viel Jahre sind wir gehabt, das bespielt zu sein? Wie viel Jahre?
Chiffre. Wir wissen. Was darf man sie wissen?
Sie wissen schon euch. Aber wir sind nicht wie gehabt ist, und wir werden bleiben gehabt ist.
Bleiben wir. Wir sind weg.
Gehabt ist herrlich und fein, eine der andere treiben wir sein, im Freit sie erneut, a viele wissen deut, Gehabt ist mir sein. Gehabt ist die Dinke herrlich und frem, eine der andere gehen mit ihm, mir geht's all benannt, und was wie mein Hand, Gehabt ist mir sein. bir wel darfen na Teuwe amol.
Will ich es stehen vor dir?
In Neubir wel darfen liegen in Spital.
Will ich es losen vor dir? Oi, ich will darfen liegen a Kind.
Nu will ich es laufen mit dir.
In Neubir verzählen, als teuer wie im Wind.
Will ich es lassen vor dir,
weil wird es eine herrlichen Wein. Eine der andere, drei werden wir sein. In Freisi, in Neut, a viele bisschen neu, da wird es wel mir sein. Oi, ich will darf kaufen dahin.
Will ich es lassen vor dir?
In Neubirch versehen, das kommt und die Sinn.
Will ich es nehmen von mir? Neubirch will darf wiegen a Kind.
Will ich es wiegen von dir?
Ja, in Neubs wird mir darfen sein Wehen Wind.
Will ich es losen von dir? Weil aber das sei ihre herrlichen Wein. Eine der andere, drei werden wir sein. In Tracy, in Neut, a viele bisschen neu. Aber das werden wir sein.
Oi, wir will fliehen zu der Levune.
Will ich fliehen mit dir?
In Neut wird dort sein, a größe Sakune.
Will ich es losen von dir? Oi, wir verspielen, gewinnen a Million.
Will ich es nehmen von mir?
Oi, wir verfehlen, a Weitok in Zoll.
Lass ich es immer von dir.
Weil aber es sei eine herrliche Wein. Eine der andere, drei werden wir sein. In Freisi, in Neut, a bisschen neu. Aber es werden wir sein. Ich schon.
Wir sind die Damen von Yiddish Theater, das weißt ihr doch alle gewiss. Wir lachten, wir weinen, in jeder Häusersatter, wir schreiben auf Pizza ein Wind. A Dank von der Pech in Seiten gesehen, das wünsch mir alle durch. Governor Pataki and Mrs. Pataki, die alle Artisten der Freien aber das sei eine herrliche Wein. Eine oder andere Freunde mir sein, in Freisi, in Neut, a viele bisschen neu. Aber das werden wir sein, schon.
He sang for the president. No, not FDR, but Calvin Coolidge. And he sings for us today. This man has brought his beautiful tenor voice to millions. On radio, with his beloved wife Miriam Crescent, he thrilled listeners on the airwaves of WEVD. We're honored and privileged to have him here with us tonight. One in a million and one of a kind, Seymour Rexite.
Mein stille Welt, mein Himmel, wie ich hab meine kindrische Jahre verbracht. Sind hier amul gewähnen Welt, mein stille Welt, in urnen Stiebelen mit alle Kinderlech, dort gelacht. Jeden Schabes früh Dreig ich laufen dort mit dem chemisch Gleich. Sitzen hinter dem kleinen Bäumerlein in Lernen bei dem Teich in Welt. Mein Städtelebert, meine Heimele Wiechel gehabt, die schöne Chalhäumes.
I once introduced my father to the great actor Luther Adler. I said, "Pop, I want you to meet Luther Adler." My father said, "Luther Adler? You know Jacob Adler?" He said, "Yes, I think I do know him." He said, "There was an actor," said my father. This man, he played King Lear on Broadway in Yiddish. All the other actors played in English. And he didn't die quick. It took him half an hour. The next Mexican villain I play, I'm going to say, "Oy vey's mir." The oldest and now only Yiddish theater in the United States of America, with major support from the Workmen's Circle and the Forwards. Two organizations for which the mission of Yiddish has been omnipresent, led for years by the indefatigable Zipporah Spaceman, and for the past 5 years under new vibrant leadership, ladies and gentlemen, Tony-nominated director, singer, playwright, and Folksbiene artistic director, Eleanor Risa. And theater conductor, pianist, producer, and the Folksbiene executive director, Zalman Milotic.
Ich halt nicht aus, mein Herz tut mir weh, gar und Aschie. Es ist mir heiß und kalt und ich vergreuen alt und weiß die Menschen, was es ist mit mir. Der Liebe brennt das Schreck, ich fühl ich starb weg. Noch mein Joslin, mein Darling, mein Dear. A Buche, a Schöne, mir soll sein für seine Beine, Josl, ich kapier noch die. Oh, ja, ja, Josl, 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 mein Chais geht mir, als Jois noch dir. Ui, 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 Josl, 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 dein Malke sitzt noch alt und wart auf dir. Ui, 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 Josl, 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 ich hole mir jede Nacht noch von dir. Oi, gib die Eize Haare, noch Amulatore, Josl, ich geh euch noch dir. Gerät a Schiddich mir, a Glick Guru Schie, a schöne Buche mit a Bombe Geld. Es ist a gringe Sach, gestellte Chippe gleich. Noch finster ist mir geworden mein Welt. Mein Mann liebt mich und Aschie.
no Jossel kriecht zu mir. In Herzen, in Kopf, im Team. Beim Trinken, beim Essen, will ich ihm kein Mal vergessen. Jossel, ich geh euch noch dir. Oh, ja, ja, Jossel, 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 Jossel. Mein Freies geht mir, euch noch dir. Oh, ja, ja, Jossel, 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 Jossel. Mein Malte sitzt noch alt und wart auf dir. Oh, ja, ja, Jossel, 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 Jossel. Ich hol ihm jede Nacht noch von dir. Oh, gib die Haare noch am Monatore. Jossel, ich geh euch noch dir. A Buche, a schöne mir soll sein für seine Beine. Jossel, ich geh euch noch dir. Oh, Jossel.
Thank you. I wanted to just officially recognize the evening and what we're doing tonight. For the last 8 years since I've been governor, we made a determination every May that we were going to have a celebration of Jewish heritage here in New York. It's important to New York. It's important to New York, it's important to America, and it's important to the people of the world. And we've had wonderful events. We've had wonderful events celebrating the 3,000th anniversary of the city of Jerusalem, the eternal, undivided capital of the Jewish state and the people of Israel. We had a wonderful 50th anniversary celebration for the 50th anniversary of the creation of the modern state of Israel. And tonight, we determined that it was appropriate to celebrate 100 years of Yiddish theater here in New York. Yiddish theater has meant so much, not just to the immigrant communities from Eastern Europe, but it has enriched our culture in so many ways. And you heard Kirk Douglas talking about some of the crossover Yiddish words. He left a couple out, like mashugana and shmagegi. My roommate in law school used to call me a shmagegi all the time. I thought he was complimenting me, and then I found out he was a Democrat, but that's all right. But he could call me a shmagegi anytime. But we thought it was particularly important, one, to help memorialize 100 years of great Yiddish theater here, but two, more importantly, to send a message to the world. More than 50 years ago, the most evil ever committed against humanity ever occurred in the Holocaust at the hands of the Nazis. They were out to destroy a people and to destroy a culture. They failed at both. They failed, and not only did they fail, Yiddish theater here in New York and in America thrived throughout the evil, dark times of the Holocaust. But now, I think it's again extremely important that all of us celebrate not just Yiddish theater, but the Jewish heritage of America and of the world. We are again seeing evil. We are again seeing evil, not just unspeakable acts of evil against us here in New York, but unthinkable acts of anti-Semitic violence in Israel, in the Middle East, and around the world. We must speak out. We must speak out against hatred and bigotry, against anti-Semitism. We cannot be silent, and we must stand with the people and the government of Israel as it defends its children, its civilians, and its worshipers from evil terror. And yes, Israel and the United States have the right and the obligation to defend us from that terror with strength. But tonight we can celebrate love and culture and Yiddish theater. What better way to show the contrast between them and us than what we're doing here tonight? And we also want to celebrate the Folksbiene, because now, since 1915, the Folksbiene has kept alive this magnificent art form, not just for those who speak Yiddish. And I was sitting in the audience with some people when they were using my name during one of the last performances, and I said, "What did they say about me?" And they said, "We have no clue." They're just enjoying it anyway, and we're all enjoying it anyway. But the Folksbiene has done this, and it's appropriate that we celebrate the Folksbiene and 100 years of Yiddish theater tonight. I'd now like to call out Herb Berman, because we're going to be presenting achievement awards for people who have done so much in the Yiddish theater to keep that culture and that life going strong. So Herb, if you could come out, read the citations. We will present the Yiddish Theater Awards to some worthy recipients, many of whom you have heard here tonight.
Thank you, Governor. Born in Poland, David Rogo was a member of the Yiddish State Theater in Minsk, Belarus from 1940 to 1946, and then performed for 4 years with the Yiddish Traveling Company that entertained in displaced persons camps for Holocaust survivors. Arriving in New York in 1950, Mr. Rogo played many important character roles in productions directed by Maurice Schwartz, Joseph Buloff, and others. His most memorable roles for Folksbiene include Prince Ruveni and Shalom Aleichen's The Big Winner. A childhood star, Lillian Lux, shared the stage with such greats as Danny Kaye and Pesach Bernstein, her would-be husband. Joined on stage by her children in the 50s, the Bernsteins performed all over the world, including Israel and Johannesburg. In the 1960s, she and her family were the stars of Megillah Lighter, Israel's longest-running Yiddish show ever. Congratulations, Ms. Lux. The first Argentinian-born Yiddish actress to have starred on the American stage, Shifra Lera performed with such Yiddish greats as Marie Schwartz and Jacob Ben-Ami. Her film credits include the Yiddish film God, Men, and Devil, and Woody Allen's Deconstructing Harry. Ms. Shifra Lera. Congratulations, Ms. Lera. A star in her early years in her native Poland, then Russia and Israel, Minna Byrne arrived in New York in 1949 and quickly began a long run of appearances in film and on Broadway, including Light, Lively, and Yiddish, and Sing, Israel Sing. Ms. Minna Byrne. Congratulations, Ms. Byrne. Seymour Exite, who once performed at the White House for President Calvin Coolidge, appeared in the first feature-length Yiddish picture with sound, My Jewish Mother, in 1930. While appearing in many Yiddish musical theater landmarks, he recorded on Victor and Columbia Records and his own label, Banner Records. In the 1940s, he co-wrote and co-starred with his wife, the actress and author Miriam Cresson, in numerous popular radio programs such as Matinee Time and The Caravan Show. Mr. Seymour Exite. Congratulations, Mr. Rexite. Zipporah Spiceman was the force behind the Folksbiene for many years. As a child, she appeared in the Polish State Theater and worked with the well-known director and actor Jonas Turko. In 1941, she performed at the labor camps in Russia. Arriving in New York in 1954, she first began acting with the Folksbiene in 1956 and stayed with them for over 40 years, serving as artistic director for nearly 20 of those years. Ms. Zipporah cannot be here this evening, but her son, Ben Spiceman, will accept on her behalf. Congratulations.
Let's have another round of applause for all our winners tonight for their contribution to the Yiddish Theater. God bless you all. What a great night. And now I get to have the privilege to present another award. You heard Kirk Douglas as he received the Lifetime Achievement Award. And we have with us another outstanding actor, someone who has been a leader in the performing arts. We all know him, or the entire country knows him from his role in The Odd Couple, but he's also in the Theater Hall of Fame for what he has done here on Broadway and off-Broadway for decades to make theater come alive here in New York. And I have to tell you that what you don't know is what he's done behind the scenes. And he travels to Albany every year, unheralded, with a group of actors and actresses and performers to make sure that New York State provides the help and the support for the arts, to make sure the arts continue to grow and thrive here in New York City and across our state. A great performer, a great New Yorker, and it's my honor to present the Lifetime Achievement Award to Tony Randall.
That was marvelous, thank you. The professional Yiddish theater, maybe I could use Eli's. Is that better? The professional Yiddish theater was born in Iași, Romania in 1880, when Abraham Goldfaden, father of the Yiddish theater, created his first operetta, Die Kischefmacherin, The Sorceress. He was a theatrical Renaissance man, producing, directing, writing music and dialogue for his many plays and operettas, drawn from Jewish historical heroes, poetry, folk tradition, and synagogue liturgy. Yiddish dramatic literature has been translated into dozens of languages and has graced the stages of the world's theaters with the art of Ansky's The Dybbuk, Asher's God of Vengeance, Sholem Aleichem's Tevya, Peretz Hirschbein's Green Fields, Gordon's Mirala Ephros, Leivik's The Golem, and Goldfaden's Kischefmacherin, excerpts of which the Folksbiene will be presenting in May. I saw Mirala Ephros with the wonderful Polish Jewish actress Ida Kaminska. Right here in New York at the what is now the Niederlander Theater. God of Vengeance was played by Rudolf Schildkraut, father of Joseph, first in Yiddish, then in German. At that time, New York had 2 German theaters, and then in English on Broadway. I spent 2 years of my life with Paul Muni. They were unforgettable. And I pumped him about these wonderful people the theater he'd come out of. His predecessors, the great generation of Adler and Tomaszewski. Stark Young, who was the best critic we ever had, wrote that when Duza and Bernhardt came to New York, the entire town turned out. They beat down the doors. They wanted to see fabled acting of this tremendous stature. When all they had to do, he wrote, was take the bus down to 2nd Avenue and see Jacob Adler. Muni told me that the best actor of them all was David Kessler, and Joseph Schildkraut agreed. Kessler was an illiterate peddler, and he came home each night and told his family everything that had happened all day long, and it was so vivid, so real, it was almost frightening. And they all told him he ought to go on the stage, and he did. And his roles had to be taught to him because he couldn't read. And Schildkraut writes that he acted as if in a trance. And of course the audience was brought in to his trance with him. It was tremendous acting. I've seen acting like that could be compared to that only once in my life, and that was Laurette Taylor. Muni told me that the comedian Mogilescu was truly a man of genius, a comedian of genius. I saw Menashe Skolnick when he was of a much later generation. I saw him in a play on Broadway called The Fifth Season. And he was extremely broad. Broad is not the word. He was so broad that it wasn't broad. It was a different art form. It was like kabuki or ballet dancing. He was hysterically funny. But I'll try to give you a little example of how broad he was. Can you hear me now? The scene was in the showroom of a dress house on 7th Avenue. And they had no customers. And he was the boss. And they were just sitting there idly, starving to death, no customers. And he looked out the door, and he saw a man get out of the elevator and come towards his door. And he said, "Va da spade luken falla!" It took him all the way across the stage. And now, an excerpt from a great playwright. Zu sein oder nicht zu sein. O du liegt der Hund begraben.
Thank you, Tony, and congratulations again on all you have done for theater in New York and for the arts in New York. And now I'd like to present a proclamation just recognizing the Folksbiene, 87 years of magnificent history and performances here. And I'd like Eleanor and Zalman to come back over, and I will present this citation recognizing the Folksbiene Yiddish Theater in recognition of your continuing contribution to the cultural life of the Empire State. God bless you and thank you.
Shalom Aleichem!
Aleichem Shalom. Ladies and gentlemen, former Mayor Ed Koch.
Und wie ist meins?
Dein was?
Mein Plakat!
Dein was?
Ich bin euch ein großer Macher im Theater.
Jo, aber nicht in jiddische Theater reden.
Oh, Yiddish im Theater? I was there myself this year. Sehr gut.
Und es wird besser von Tug zu Tug. Stay here. The mayor was absolutely great. He always has been. And now the mayor and I are going to present something again to Eleanor and Zalman. First, I want to thank Matt Goldstein, Chancellor of the City University. We are bringing back CUNY to the excellence it once had, and Chancellor Goldstein is doing that. And Jennifer thank you for the job you're doing here at Hunter College. And it was great of you to host the Folksbiene tonight. But we have believed that after 87 years, the Folksbiene deserves to have its own theater and to have its own place for these performances to go on and on. So if Eleanor and Zalman could come back out here, on behalf of the people of New York State, we're presenting you with the first $200,000 to make sure the Folksbiene has a home of its own. Thank you very much. It's been great being here with you tonight. Enjoy the rest of the show. It is fantastic. God bless you all.
We're thrilled that Governor Pataki was with us here tonight. I'd like to take one opportunity quickly to thank the unsung heroes of this evening, the authors and composers, people like Sholem Sekunda, Alexander Olshanetsky, Joseph Rimshinsky, Al Grand, who is here tonight, and for many others who wrote the songs who have remained with us for so many years. We're equally excited to let you know that that next year the Folksbiene will be presenting a world premiere of sorts. The first time the wonderful play Yentl by Nobel laureate Isaac Bashevis Singer will be produced as a theater piece in its original language in Yiddish. Directed by the esteemed Broadway director Robert Kalfin, who directed the original version on Broadway, and starring our own Eleanor Risa at a new theater space on West 36th Street.
But it's just a temporary space, and hopefully soon there'll be a permanent theater, a permanent home where everybody in the world can come and see Yiddish theater. So we're deeply grateful to the governor and the state of New York for beginning this process for us. It's at this point, you're seeing the seasoned greats of the Yiddish theater, people that you won't get a chance, whose like you won't see again, and we're grateful to have them here. But also what we want you to see is the future of the Yiddish theater. For the fourth year in a row, the Folksbiene is presenting a family show called Kids and Yiddish. This year, it's going to be called the Mazel Dike Mystery Tour. So we don't want you to walk, we want you to life. And come see a Mazel Dike mystery tour, ladies and gentlemen, the Folksbiene's very own Kids and Yiddish.
And I am in the pits. I sing myself a song of Yiddish opposites. It's really kind of easy. In fact, it's kind of cool. It's even better when you're on the bus to school. So listen to me closely. And when you hear the knock, repeat the Yiddish opposite and you will rock. Are you ready? It's our audience participation. Let's hear it. Yeah. Rock it out. Don't forget to participate. I am in Miami and you're in New York. Then I am da and you are docked. Do und dort.
Let's hear you.
Do und dort. Here and there.
Here and there.
Do und dort means here and there.
Do und dort means here and there.
3 times.
Do und dort. Do und dort. Do und dort. Now rock it on out. If I got the bottom bunk and you got the top, then you are a Roif and I am a Rop. A Roif and a Rop. A Roif and a Rop means up and down. Up and down. A Roif and a Rop means up and down.
A Roif and a Rop means up and down.
3 times a Roif and a Rop. A Roif and a Rop.
A Roif and a Rop.
Now rock it on out.
Now we want you to repeat the Yiddish opposites with us. We can see you. Let's hear you.
I got a Chihuahua. You got a Great Dane. Your dog is Kreuz and mine is Klein. Kreuz and Klein.
Let's hear you.
Kreuz and Klein. Big and small.
Big and small.
Kreuz and Klein means big and small. Kreuz and Klein means big and small. 3 times.
Kreuz and Klein. Kreuz and Klein. Kreuz and Klein. Now rock it on out.
You had a bite of chicken soup, I ate the whole pot. Now you are Hungarik and I am Zat. Hungarik und Zat.
Let's hear you.
Hungarik und Zat means hungry and full.
Means hungry and full.
Hungarik und Zat means hungry and full.
Hungarik und Zat means hungry and full.
3 times.
Hungarik und Zat. Hungarik und Zat. Hungarik und Zat. Now rock it on out.
You are where you need to be, but I got a date. So you are free und I am spät. Free und spät. Free und spät. Early and late.
Let's hear you.
Early and late.
Free und spät means early and late. Free und spät means early and late. 3 times.
Free und spät. Free und spät.
Free und spät.
Now rock it on out.
I packed up in the garbage 'cause he is insane. Now he is schmutzig and the kitchen ain't clean. Schmutzig and rain.
Let's hear ya.
Schmutzig and rain. Dirty and clean.
Dirty and clean.
Schmutzig and rain means dirty and clean.
Schmutzig und rain means dirty and clean. Schmutzig und rain.
Schmutzig and rain.
Schmutzig und rain. Now from the beginning.
Don't. Here and there. Here and there.
A Roif and a Rop.
A Roif and a Rop
means up and down.
means up and down. Kreuz and Klein. Kreuz and Klein means big and small.
Big and small.
Hungarik und Zat. Hungarik und Zat means hungry and full.
Hungry and full.
Free und spät.
Free und spät.
Early and late.
Early and late.
Schmutzig and rain.
Schmutzig and rain.
Dirty and clean.
Dirty and clean. When life is just a bummer and I am in the pits, I sing myself a song of Yiddish opposites.
To quote General Douglas MacArthur, I have returned. One of the great lyricists of the American theater, and a man whose lyrics for Fiddler on the Roof seem to have come from the very soul of Yidden around the world, Sheldon Harnick.
Thank you. Much of Fiddler on the Roof has to do with Tevye's daughters breaking away from the tradition of the arranged marriage and marrying for love. So it was inevitable that at some point in the show, Tevye himself would begin to brood about love. And I thought, there has to be a song here. I knew how it would start. I knew that Tevye could turn to Golda and say, Golda, do you love me? And she would say, do I what? And I didn't know where to go with it from there. We had our pre-Broadway tryout in Detroit. So when we got to Detroit, I would take long walks every day. And at the end of a day, if I had 4 lines, I felt myself blessed. At the end of a week, I gave what I had to Jerry Bach, and with some trepidation, because to me it looked more like a scene than it looked like a song. But I said, Jerry, see what you can do with it. And to my delight, he said it exactly as I wrote it. And so now I will show you what we did, more or less. Golda. Golda. Come here. Do you love me?
Was ist das?
Do you love me?
Sie, ich lieb dich. Find die ganze Semetoche, find Pogrom in der Haus, bist du schon ganz zerdreht, geh in Stieb, schlupf sich aus. Du leidst dich auf morgen.
Golda, I'm asking you a question. Do you love me?
Bist ein Narr?
I know, but do you love me?
Sie, ich lieb dich.
Well?
Vor 25 Jahren ich wasch dein Wäsch, reiben Pitz, Täpfen Mesch. Ich geb dir Kinder, ich melk die Kie. Noch 25 Jahren fällt Liebe dir rein nach dir.
Golda, the first time I met you was on our wedding day. I was scared.
Ich verschämt.
I was nervous.
Ganz verklemmt.
But my father and my mother said we'd learn to love each other. And now I'm asking, Golda, do you love me?
Ich bin dein Weib.
I know, but do you love me?
Sie, ich lieb ihm.
No?
Vor 25 Jahren ich leb mit ihm, ess mit ihm, fast mit ihm, als mit ihm, bei Nacht, bei Tag. Ist das nicht Liebe, sag?
Then you love me.
Als Frage ist nicht du.
And I suppose you love me too. It doesn't change a thing.
Chatsch is als eins.
After 25 years.
Noch 25 Jahre.
It's nice to know. Thank you. In this next song, I do hope that you'll join me. We'll do one chorus and then a half a chorus. The lyrics in Yiddish will be on the screen, so you can join me in those too. Is this the little girl I carried? Is this the little boy at play? I don't remember growing older. When did they? When did she get to be a beauty? When did he grow to be so tall? Wasn't it yesterday when they were small? Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, swiftly flow the days. Seedlings turn overnight to sunflowers, blossoming even as we gaze. Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, swiftly fly the years, one season following another, laden with happiness and tears. Tag ein, Tag aus, Tag ein, Tag aus, das ist unser Dorf. Kernlech wachsen, wären Blumen Blumen blien auf Sinai jeden Jahr. Tag ein, Tag aus, Tag ein, Tag aus, das ist dein Bagger. Läufen die Jahre nacheinander, tragen sie Frieden mit a
Just two quick introductions. The man who wrote the book for Fiddler on the Roof, Joseph Stein. Stand up and take a bow. And a quick bow, we're running late, a quick bow from the one and only, that great menace, Abe Vigoda. Okay. Last season, the Folksbiene Yiddish Theater brought you a fun, zany play about the first book of the Torah, Songs of Paradise. Meet Abraham and his wife Sarah. Please meet Leah Koch, Yelena Schmulenson, Teresa Tova, and Jake Enreich.
Wir singen den Liegen von dem Reben von der Kai. Singen dem Heiligen, singen dem Heiligen, singen dem Liegen von dem Reben von der Kai. Die Schir haben meisten leichten, auch von alle Bands. Zehn jeden angetan in Steiner patschen mit die Hand. Zehn jeden in Steinlach, zehn jeden in Steinlach, zehn jeden in Steinlach, patschen mit die Hand. Sie essen gekochte Albers und glätten sich die Bär und können gar nicht zugleben, alles beschert. Und können nicht zugleben, und können nicht zugleben, und können nicht leben, alles beschert. Bim bam tate, ai diddle diddle die. Wir singen dem Liegen von dem Reben von der Kai. Singen dem Heiligen, singen dem Heiligen, singen dem Liegen von dem Reben von der Kai. Was ist auf Reba Bremus? Sie gedenkt ihr jene Nacht. Wenn Eier Weib die Mutter Sore hat von uns gelacht. Wenn Eier Weib Sore, wenn Eier Weib Sore, wenn Eier Weib hat von uns gelacht.
Sing it, Avi, baby!
Take it away, Ibrahim!
Sing it, Daddy!
Avram Avinu, ich schmeichel und ich schweig. Ha, let's go. Und Pipke, von mein Lulgereuch, betochen mein Weib, als der Räuber sterbe, schieß, oh mein, Abezim, she's the Bezim.
Bim bam tate, I will die. Wir singen dem Liegen von dem Reben von der Kai. Singen dem Heiligen, singen dem Heiligen, singen dem Liegen von dem Reben von der Kai.
Bim bam bam, bim bam bam, bim bam bam. Do-vap, 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 do-vap.
Yeah, take it easy, guys. Abraham was doubtful. Surely they jest. I, the father of a nation? Why, the woman could not provide me with even one single heir, let alone an entire nation. Hab gesagt, es wird gar nicht helfen. But the angels soberly assured me, Abraham, they said, we have an almighty God. And if he wills it, even your old barren Sarah can become a young, fertile mama. Come on, baby.
We'll sing in them Wir singen ein Lied von dem Leben von Pataki. Singen dem Heilig, singen den Heiligen, singen dem Lied vom Leben von der
Als Kind hab ich gewusst, ich muss allein sich ausversorgen. Gestrebt hab ich im Sist, mein Inger Neut gemiss verborgen. Ich hab gechulmt Nacht, in alles gehofft, es wollen sein Tag. Wenn ich gefunden werde, Blumen auf mein Weg.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the famed Barry sisters who toured the former Soviet Union with Ed Sullivan, the one and only Claire Barry.
Around the world, I've searched for you. I traveled on when hope was gone to keep our rendezvous. I knew somewhere, sometime, somehow, you'd look at me and I could see the smile. You're smiling now. Well, it might have been in Gorky Park, Miami Beach, Philadelphia, or in New York. No more will I go all around the world, for I have found my world in you. Hoppa! Arim der Welt bin ich gewesen. Ich hab getracht, bei Tag, bei Nacht, wenn will ich euch schön sehen. Die Welt ist groß, in prächtig reich, viel mit Glück, komm ich zurück zu singen, du Pfarrei. Gewahrt hab ich schön auf der Schuh zu treffen heim mit meinem Freund auf unser Rendezvous. In der Welt hab ich gebänkt und schienen, jetzt sind ihr die Welt, du bei mir. Besser für Geld, hab mir eine neue Welt oder du, 'cause I'm here with you. Oh, I'm absolutely delighted to be here, and I thank you for the invitation. a bissel Sinn, a bissel Regen, a ruhige Gord dem Kopf zu legen, a wie gesinnt, kann man glücklich sein.
A Sock, a Kleid und Lattis, in Kirchene 3-4 Slottis, a wie gesinnt, kann man glücklich sein.
Die Luft ist frei, für jeden gleich. Die Sinn, sie scheint für jeden in der Morgenmoderei.
A bissel Freude, a bissel Lachen,
Am Moment frei, da Schnaps und machen.
Aber wie gesinnt, kann man glücklich sein.
einer sich das Schirres,
Einer sich gewirren,
Einem in die ganze Welt. Einer meint, das ganze Glück hängt nur auf in Geld.
sollen alle sich,
sollen alle kriechen.
Nur ich tracht bei mir. Ich darf das auf Kapuris, weil das Glück steht bei mein Tier. Ein bisschen Sinn,
a bissel Regen,
a ruhige Gott im Kopf zu legen.
a wie gesinnt,
A wie gesinnt, kann man glücklich sein.
Claire Barry, Joanne Bortz. Ich weiß schon, als die NRA sucht mir Hoff und Wahrheit. Du hinget mir, als ich der geht, der Mugen wird verdarrt. Man sagt, dass der Depression wird bezahlen mit Prozent. Nur den bläuen Vogel kann ich nicht essen und der Landlord Mond noch rennt.
And so I followed the mob. When there was earth to plow or guns to bear, I was always there, right there on the job. They used to tell me I was building a dream with peace and glory ahead. Why should I be standing in line, just waiting for bread?
Wie nimmt man Panusse? Wie nimmt man Panusse? Schwer zu suchen und gewinnen, keiner geht nicht zu verdienen. Wie nimmt man Panusse? Wie nimmt man Panusse? Nicht nur ich kümmert wie alle, fragen jetzt dieselbe Schale. Wie nimmt man Panusse?
Once I built a railroad, made it run, made it race against time. Once I built a railroad, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a dime? Once I built a tower to the sun, brick and rivet and lime. Once I built a tower, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a dime?
Wie nimmt man Panusse? Wie nimmt man Panusse? Schwer zu suchen und gewinnen, keiner geht nicht zu verdienen. Menschen, geht ein Atem in Ratte, wird nicht schnell. Die Zeit, sie ist bitter, wie nimmt man Panusse?
Don't you remember? They call me all the time.
And I'm a
Don't you remember? Brother,
We can't do Yiddish theater without remembering the greatest. He came out in a straw hat with rosy cheeks. He was a Litvak. His name was Aaron Lebedov. And this was his song. Soll sein Sa. Romania, 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 Romania. Gewein einmal a Land, das ist ja schön. Romania, 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 Romania. Nicht die heintige Romania, nur die amolige Romania. Romania, 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 Romania. Guess what the name of this song is? Gewein einmal a Land, das ist ja feine. Ai, dort zu weinen ist gewein a Vergnügen. Setz! Was das heißt geglist, dass du gekannt kriegen? Setz! A Mama Ligale. Setz! A Pastramale. Setz! A Karnatzale. Setz! In a Gläserle Wein. In Rumänien ist der Gitt, Finken Sorge weiß man nicht. Wein trinkt man überall, man verbeißt mit Kaschkawal. Ai, digi digi dam, digi 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 dam, ai, digi digi dam, digi digi dam. Ai, digi digi dam, digi 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 dam, ai, digi digi dam, digi digi. Patsch sich ein bisschen auf der Säume, Hotschkitze, ja. In Rumänien ist der Gitt, Finken Sorgen weiß man nicht. Wein trinkt man's wird nicht spät, man verbeißt mit Kastravert. Ai, digi digi dam, digi 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 dam, ai, digi digi dam, digi digi dam. Ai, digi digi dam, digi 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 dam. Let's go, boys! Oi, gewaltig vermischig, ich lieb na Brinze, Mama liege. Tanzen Fräser bis der Stelle, wenn ich es hab, Aklagelle, Simba. Ei, dig, lig, dam, hopp, hopp. Ei, dig, lig, dam, stock, stock. Ei, dig, lig, dam, truff, truff. Ei, dig, lig, dam. Ei, sisam, chaye, wesse can design. Ei, ja, vergenigen is no Rumänisch Wein. And then he would do crazy stickelach like this. Hop, stop, tiddly poppen, zippen, zoppen, tiddly poppen. Hop, stop, tiddly poppen, zippen, zoppen, tiddly poppen. Eis ist am Chaie, besser kann die sein. Ei, ja, vergenigen ist na Rumänisch Wein. Ah, 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 Setz! Thank you.
Der Mache von der ganzen Stadt. La 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 la. Jetzt darf ich gehen zu mein Geschäft, it's do. La 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 la. Mein Leben ist voll mit Fried. Sesame Chaye, Sesame Chaye. Fahr so scherer, mit Qualität, mit Qualität. Alle rufen mich, alle dafen mich, schönige Ladies, ältere Seides. Wie ist mein Schädel? Schnell mach es nicht, und ich habe ein Waiting. Schreiben einen Brief, alle rufen mich, alle dafen mich, alle rufen mich, alle dafen. Wie ist mein Schädel? Schnell mach es nicht, ich habe ein Waiting. Schreiben einen Brief. Figaro. Figaro, 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 Figaro. Oi weh, a Tummel, oi weh, an Humme. Tu mir a Teufel, schrei nicht a Zoi, schrei nicht a Zoi, schrei nicht a Zoi. Tu mir a Teufel, tu mir a Teufel, tu mir a Teufel, schrei nicht a Zoi. Figaro, bist du? Figaro! Bist du, Figaro do, Figaro dor, Figaro do, ich ja her, ich ja hier, ich ja her, ich ja hier, ich ja her. Alle rufen mich, alle dafen mich, alle rufen mich, alle dafen. Ich bin der Wache, von mein Stott, von mein Stott, von mein Stott. Oh, ich bin Figaro, gib mir Amazon, so ich bin Figaro, gib mir Amazon, Glück gesehen, was kommt zu mir, und was soll ich Glück, ich bin Figaro, gib mir Amazon, so ich bin Figaro, gib mir Amazon, Glück gesehen, was kommt zu mir, und was soll ich Glück, ich bin der Macher, voll mein Staat, ich bin der Macher, voll mein Staat, voll mein Staat, voll mein Staat, der ganze
The one and only Robert Abelson. Don't go anywhere. This is the part where we have to say thank you, and we want to say thank you. There are so many people and organizations that are responsible for tonight's event, unsung people, so just zitz a minute, and then we're going to end the show in a really fabulous way. You would hate to miss a secundale.
First of all, there's one person who, without his vision and chutzpah and guidance, this whole event would not have happened, and that's a member of our board, Jeff Weisenfeld. Then there are three women who worked as a team from the JCRC, from our office, and from the governor's office. Marcy, Julia, and Lisa, we thank you for your tremendous help. I want to take a moment to thank this incredible band that you've been hearing all night. Some of the leading klezmer musicians in the world. You have their names in the program. I thank you.
There are people backstage that have done running, hustling, the lighting, the sound. We thank you. We bless you. The electricians, the Menschen verstellen, gaffers, tape, arim and arim, that nobody should fall. We thank you, and we thank the security.
We thank the two organizations that have stood with the Folksbiene for 87 years, and we hope for 120 more, the Vorwärts, the Forward Association, and the Workmen's Circle.
We thank Jacob Bender for the slide presentation, the wonderful slide presentation that you've seen tonight. We would also like to thank the governor and the state of New York again. How many times can we thank him? Not enough.
We look forward to this being the first day of a capital campaign where Mirz Hashem, in a year or two, will have again a permanent Yiddish theater in New York City, with your help.
Also, there's a board of directors whose vision and energy pushes the Folksbiene along. And I think this is almost last. Eich, Enk, you guys. Without you, wir sind gar nicht. You help make Yiddish theater. You've seen Yiddish theater in the past, and by your presence here, we see that you'll see Yiddish theater in the future. So thank you for being part of the Yiddish theater family.
All of the wonderful artists have donated their time. All of the wonderful artists that have graced us with their presence.
And talent.
Also in our office, Beck Lee of Media Blitz, Mark Altman and Jennifer Gandon and Tom Tebe, who have worked very, very hard to make this event. We thank you from the bottom of our heart.
And so right now, since you're patching, you might as well meet this wonderful guy who was sort of responsible. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jeff Weisenfeld.
Ladies and gentlemen, we were so fortunate to have a wonderful master of ceremonies for this evening. He's a wonderful human being. He's a great actor. And I've enjoyed, I hope as much as you have, the education of Max Bickford at 8 p.m. on CBS every night. And the coming 2 episodes, I understand, are something particularly special. We have a special presentation from the governor and Mayor Bloomberg, which will be presented. You see, records are very important. So let me call out the Commissioner of the New York City Department of Records, Richard Anderson, to make a presentation to Eli Wallach on behalf of the governor and the mayor. Eli.
That's Brian Anderson. Remember, the the Anderson Theater, 2nd Avenue? Yeah? No relation. But yet, from this guy, you're going to hear these words. There was a famous comedian by the name of Aaron Schwat who said, Red Buttons, who said, used to tell jokes about all the people that never got a dinner. Well, we're going to talk about a gentleman tonight who stood here while everyone got a surprise. We've got one for him. This is something I just pulled together in the last few minutes backstage. This is documents and photos relating to the family history of Eli Wallach, actor, noted son of New York, presented on behalf of the governor and the mayor, my boss, researched by me. And it includes, if I may just say very quickly, the 1933 directory listing for Abraham and Bertha Wallach at 2301 Bedford Avenue. The 1930 census, which has just been released after 72 years, showing the family with Bertha and Sam and Sylvia and Eli and Shirley all living on Bedford Avenue in Brooklyn. Pictures of Bedford Avenue and Union Street. The 1920 census, when Eli was just a little bit younger. The passenger list showing Bertha arriving in 1910 with Samuel to meet her husband, who was picking her up at the pier at Ellis Island. At the time, he was living at 1083 Broadway, Brooklyn. The 1900 census, which we think we have Abraham Wallach here when he first arrived, and some documentation on his naturalizations. As I say, we just pulled this together in the last few minutes to present to Mr. Wallach.
My wife said there's a long line at the ladies' room. Good night. Thank you for coming.
Und wenn du sollst sein schwarz wie ein Tutter, wenn die hast Lach wie ein Kutter, und wenn du hinkst zu Bisslach, filzt in der Fieslach, so gib du sag mich nicht.
Und wenn die hast einen arischen Schweichel, und wenn die hast weiß so Seichel, wenn die bist filthy ein Indianer, bist a Villa Galicianer, so gib du sag mich nicht.
So wie wir erklärte das.
Will dir sagen bald Verwurz. Bei mir bist du schön, bei mir hast du kein, bei mir bist du einer auf der Welt. Bei mir bist du Kind, bei mir hast du it. Bei mir bist du Teile und Geld.
Viel schöne Mädchen haben schon gewonnen wir und sind sie alle ausgeklebt. Ob ich noch die, bei mir bist du schön, bei mir hast du fein, bei mir bist du Jane und die Welt.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening, all the artists.
Bei mir bist du schön, sing along. Bei mir hast du fein, bei mir bist du eine auf der Welt. Bei mir hast du Geld, bei mir hast du it, bei mir bist du eine auf der Welt. Wir schöne Mädchen kommen, schon gewogen, nämlich und sind sie alle ausgeklebt. Ob ich bei mir bist du schön, bei mir hast du fein, bei mir bist du Reihe von Geld. Bei mir bist du Reihe von Geld. Und schön! Oh yeah! Shalom Aleichem!
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Shalom Aleichem. Thank you for coming.
Hey,